All right, y'all, we got another 70s classic for you. 71 Chevelle. It's a super cool car. Stay tuned. I'm gonna take you all around her, put her on the road, and get her up on the rack. You're not gonna want to miss this one. All right, y'all, so let's get into it. So like I said, it's a 71 Chevelle. For those that don't know, super easy way to be able to tell the difference between the popular 3 years anyway. 70s got the quad headlights, so 4 headlights up in the front. 71 right here, turn signal split. 72, one solid piece. So if you ever see one out on the road and you're wondering which year is which, that's gonna be the easiest way from the front. Coming around, as you can see, this thing is finished in a super cool, I don't know what you would call it, maybe vanilla, maybe sandstone, but it's a really nice color. Sitting on a set of staggered what is this, 18s in the front and 20s in the back, Villanos. Kind of a nice sporty looking wheel. Coming down the side, we got all the chrome intact at the bottom and around the wheel wells. Body looks pretty solid. I'll probably say the paint is about an 8. Like I said, we'll get in it a little bit more. Looking down the side, it doesn't appear to be wavy or any dents or anything like that. All the glass is intact, no cracks or anything like that. And like I said, I'd probably say the paint is about an 8. I didn't see any deep scratches or dents or anything. The stripes themselves, the vinyl stripes, probably could use some new ones eventually, just because, you know, they get swirled up and scratched from washes. Rear bumper is super solid. No pitting, no dents, no rust. It looks like at some point in time somebody replaced the tail lights, because these look super clean. And then looking down the passenger side, again, she appears to be pretty straight. No big dents or anything to point out there. And like I said, we got 18s in the front, 20s in the rear. Hood looks pretty solid. And again, all the chrome is intact. Coming around towards the front, windshield is solid. We don't have any cracks or anything, and all the trim is intact there. No big dents, paint chips or anything. All the chrome looks solid in the front as well. No pitting or any rust. Let me go ahead and get this open. So to me, this is kind of one of the highlights of this car. It is a big block 454, and she sounds amazing when she's running. She's got a couple other goodies on her too, you'll see once we get on the rack, but you can kind of see from the top down as well. She's got tubular control arms, so once we get on the rack, we'll go through all the suspension, of course. But pretty solid engine bay. We got manual brakes, power steering, and no AC. Go ahead and get the keys, check out the trunk. So first things you can tell, if you know, it's got a fuel tank. I'm sorry, a fuel cell. Obviously, you know, this car runs. There's a reason for it. So got a fuel cell. The trunk looks pretty clean, nothing spectacular. There's no carpet. It's just bare metal, but we don't see any type of rust or any soft spots, which we'll check out more once we get on the rack as well. All right, now let's check out the interior. Starting with the rear seat, looks super clean. The rear seats don't have any type of tears, rips, or anything like that. Just a very nice black interior. We got manual windows. All the stitching is solid. The rear deck is solid. There are like 2 little spots where it looks like it got scratched, but that's it though. Headliner is good. We don't have any sagging or anything like that. Driver side door panel, no issues to talk about there. And paint is pretty solid in these door jambs and along the doors as well. Driver seats, well, I'm sorry, the bench seat in the front is solid. except for right here. We got a rip right here. So somebody might be able to stitch that instead of replacing the whole seat covers, but that's it though. Rest of the seats are super solid. No issues there. Dash is in great shape. We don't have any cracks, any peeling or anything there. We do have the SS cluster. Looks clean. Mileage reads 37,839. 5-digit odometer, so you know there. We'll test everything once we get the car on. And of course we got a B&M shifter. Super cool. Carpet looks perfect, as if it's been replaced recently. There's no fading or anything in the black. Let me go ahead and check out this passenger door. And like I said, the passenger seat, no issues there to talk about. Carpet super clean. And like I said, jambs look solid, as well as the door. And passenger door panel, no issues there. So stay tuned, we'll get her on the test drive. All right, y'all, we're gonna get started in the 71. Let's go ahead and see how she fires up. Start, and I know you guys can probably hear that that big block. That thing is definitely licking. As far as the gauges, the oil pressure is reading. Not getting anything for the volts, nothing for the RPMs, and we'll see if the temperature comes up. Lights do work. I can see them reflecting, and they came on there as well. Wipers are not working. Horn does work. Old school radio is not working. I don't hear anything. And then we know there's no AC. I'll let this thing get warmed up just a little bit.
tuned, we'll get her on the rack.
All right, so we got the 71 up on the rack. First thing first, looking at the underneath of the rear bumper, pretty solid again, no rust or anything there, and the paint is pretty decent underneath that bumper as well. You can see that the trunk pans are pretty solid because there's no gas tank here. We got the fuel cell, so you can see again, like I said, trunk pans are solid. Frame also looks good coming to the rear. We got, like I said, we got a couple things done to the suspension. We're running a Hotchkiss sway bar. Looks like we got box control arms. I'm sorry, box trailing arms, and the upper arms have been changed, but they're not boxed or tubular. I'm sorry. They're those are the brace supports that are in. The uppers are boxed. So we got box trailing arms, and then you got the like I said, the braces. Running a 12 bolt rear end. Looks like the shocks, so it got beefier shocks in the back. Drum brakes. You can see the custom suspension. Basically cutouts right before the rear axle, and you can see these big 3-inch tubes, X-pipe, running all the way up. Frame and floors look solid, no soft spots, no patchwork or anything to point out. The exhaust is MagnaFlow as well, as you can see that. And like I said, the frame, the floors, super clean and solid underneath. Just came off the test drive, no leaks from the trans or the oil. You got disc brakes up in the front, and again running tubular control arms, upper and lowers, and that's it. Pretty clean. And Hotchkiss front sway bar as well. No signs of leak from anywhere else. Front bumper again looks clean from underneath, and no signs of pitting or cracks or anything. Moving along the passenger side. Again, like I said, we got 18s in the front. Just oil from the test drive. I was making sure that wasn't a rash. Chrome is good underneath, as well as the body and the frame. 20s in the back. Wheel wells look solid, and the wheels themselves, the Volanos, they look clean. Driver's side, body looks good, wheel wells, and again, no curb rash or anything to point out on those wheels. Chrome looks new, and again, body and frame solid, and the 18s in the front. So overall, super clean. If you're interested in this 71 Chevelle, make sure you give us a call, 256-801-4409. Check us out at Rolling Museums on Instagram and the website. As always, appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below.